going to go through this fast because I'm supposed to be at another meeting right now. I'm not going to engage any technology. I just want to share with you my experience. Late last summer, I decided to take the OL 2000 course offered by the World Campus. And after that, I decided to add an online component to my programming course, in particular discussion forums. I use Angel heavily. This is in addition to all my course notes being on the web to begin with, which I've done for years. To my pleasant surprise, the discussion forums gave the students a forum to ask questions they would otherwise not have asked. Even the shy ones were posing questions. And their participation in the discussion forums were not even graded. So that was to me a very pleasant surprise. So this semester I decided to add some structure to the discussion forums. And I made their participation count for a minimal 10% of the course grade. For participation, they had to post partial or full solutions, and they had to comment on their classmates' postings or answer questions that have been posted. I also chimed in all their postings. I assigned a total of 4 projects a semester, and for each project, I included 2 discussion forums. The first discussion forum was for the purpose of discussing the solution to the problem devoid of programming. This allowed me to inform them if they were on the right track, or give them suggestions to get them on the right track. When they had the correct solution, I then gave them the go signal to proceed with programming. The second discussion forum was for the purpose of discussing programming issues. They posted problems they encountered, and everyone, including myself, offered solutions. I made it a point to respond to each and every postings. With both discussion forums, I posted a summary of the important points of the discussions to prevent them from encountering the same problems. So if somebody posted, I'd respond and then I'd put it on the front page and say, okay, make sure you don't, this has been addressed, don't try to prevent from encountering the same problem. The addition of these discussion forums encouraged more informed interaction among the students and more frequent interaction with me, because they certainly can always catch me here on campus, and sometimes their schedules don't agree with my schedule. And so, but having these discussion forums actually allowed this interaction which otherwise they would not have had. With the addition of the discussion forums and graded participation, I was most pleasantly surprised by the significantly higher grades they got for the projects. And mind you, I have not eased up on my grading. If anything, I have the reputation of being very strict. Moreover, I do have a set of grading rubrics that I have been used for years, which allows students to do a self-evaluation and submit it along with their projects. So the addition of the discussion forums allowed students to ask questions and also to have this informed interaction. Now, one thing though that I would say is you have to be prepared to spend a lot of time online. One day actually, one of my classes, we meet face-to-face twice a week, and one time they said, do we have to meet in class face-to-face? Can we not meet online? So the request came from them. And that day, I spent 13 hours online because they started posting at 11 in the morning until 1 o'clock in the morning. So I was online, but I really enjoyed the interaction with the students. That's interaction that would otherwise not have occurred. And what I'm seeing is the benefit that they are actually coming out with better work, higher grades. And so to me, that was a pleasant surprise. And so if you're using Angel, please make use, experiment on it, because it will result in really better grades. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Barb. I'm curious, did you feel like any of the students learned from reading other students' posts, or was it mostly them learning with direct communication with you?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
So they, you think there were students that were seeing what other people were asking and learning from their questions too?
I could see that from their interaction because they would be posting.
They would communication with each other.
Yeah.
And posting and reply to each other.
Exactly. And at the same time, too, I told them that if they wanted a confidential communication with me, then they should use the email or the Dropbox, because that's confidential. But if it was something for the entire class, and they did. And sometimes the thread would be so long, and it was just fantastic. I found it very exciting, but the pleasant surprise is the higher grades.
Yeah, right.
And I haven't eased up on my grading.
No, I know you haven't. I hear him talking.
Yeah.
You haven't changed any.